Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another edition of Mr. Perfect, also known as Rayder Sports. This week in our picks, we went 5-0. Okay, fine. I'll give you the fact that 4 were pretty much a gimme. Fresno State 45-0 over UConn. UCLA 44-10 over Hawaii, which I thought would be a better game, but obviously Hawaii just really didn't show up. UCLA didn't have much of a problem. UTEP 30, New Mexico State 3. Again, I said UTEP was going to win. I did not think in my wildest dreams by that much. But obviously, UConn and New Mexico State, didn't even play last year. And New Mexico State did play in the spring, but lost to Tarleton State, as I said. So we got that one. And the Mountain West champion defending, the Mountain West Conference defending champions, the San Jose State Spartans won 45-13 over the Southern Utah Thunderbirds. So there's 4. Those were pretty much gimmies. And I got the last one. And everybody else is losing their minds over it. Over the fact that Illinois knocked off Nebraska. Now, if you're not a Big Ten guy, and you're not really from Big Ten country, this is probably shocking to you. But I told you guys this was going to happen. I said Nebraska was not going to be ready for this game. If this game was against Fordham and the Illinois game was next week, I think Nebraska would have had a much better showing. But it showed that there's probably a lot of distractions going on with the fact that you get hit with an investigation being announced, 2 weeks before the season. That's distraction. That's not good. People are calling for the head of your coach 2 weeks before the season. That's distracting. People are saying how bad your quarterback is. I said how bad Adrian Martinez was going to play. He played okay. He played mediocrely. Let's say that. He went 16 for 32, 232 yards passing, and with a touchdown. So he went 50%, 232 yards and a touchdown. He rushed 17 times. I'm sure some of that includes sacks. And he got 111 yards rushing. And one of them was a 75-yard scramble. Otherwise, he really didn't do much of that either, other than that one play. And then the fumble, scoop, and score. It just goes to show that once again, Adrian Martinez came in as one of the most turnover-prone quarterbacks, and he still can't keep hold of the ball. He only throws 50%. He doesn't have the arm strength to make an out route. He doesn't have the touch pass. He missed a guy wide open in the end zone because he doesn't have the touch on his passes to get it there. Like, what else do you need to know about Adrian Martinez that hasn't been seen for the last 4 years? And this is why people are calling for Scott Frost's head, because either Scott Frost has nothing behind Adrian Martinez, or he's just riding his guy, which is a hit on Scott Frost. They got the investigation, which is a hit on Scott Frost. I understand why people are calling for Scott Frost's head, but they just don't realize that in Nebraska, I don't know if that's changed overnight, but in Nebraska, Scott Frost is still a legend and he will still have a job. Because that's what the expectations are. The expectations are not 1990s Nebraska. The expectations are the Nebraska we've seen over the last, 10 years. What, the only time Nebraska's been good, they went to the Big Ten Championship and allowed Wisconsin to throw 70 on them. So, what are you guys expecting from Nebraska that we haven't seen in the last, 4 years? 6 years, 8 years. And so when you talk to kids who are being recruited, what do they say? When was the last time you're good? Why should I go here if we can't win? Obviously, you have to start cleaning house. So obviously, Scott Frost might have to go if you want us to go in that direction. If you still think Scott Frost can turn this around, and I think they'll give him to the end of the season, because all hope is not lost, because you got Fordham coming in next week, and then you got Buffalo coming in, who's in a transition mode. So I mean, if he can go, 2-1, maybe there's 3 or 4 more wins out there somewhere in the Big Ten schedule. I'm not expecting Northwestern to be great. I'm not expecting Michigan State to be great, who I think is on their schedule. Purdue's not going to be great. So there's wins out there to be had, and if he gets to maybe bowl eligibility, because they're not going to be this bad. This was just a mistake-prone game. They actually outplayed Illinois. They really did. If it wasn't for their special teams mistakes and scoop and score, they got the safety. That's 2. They missed 2 extra points. That's 4. The scoop and score. That's 11. Boom. That's an 11-point swing just on those 4 or 5 plays. So it wasn't that Nebraska was bad. It was just they shot themselves in the foot. They weren't ready to really come out and win this game. And against a team like Illinois, who is not as bad as everybody thinks they are, who they are going to be a team you're going to see knock off a team here and there. They're not going to win a lot, but they're going to win some. And they might knock somebody out of, top 25 contention or a playoff contention. And that's probably what it's going to be. They're probably going to be having, a 4 or 5 win season, but they're going to be very talkative 4 or 5 wins. So, guys, I got to go to work. So, thank you, guys. I will see you in the next video. Leave a like, leave a comment. What do you think?